Hey nerds, what's up? Today's video is going to be a haul. I have got some books to show you that I've gotten since basically, I would say since the new year-ish. So let's just get right on into this. First of all, this book I actually did get before, but I let my mom borrow it and she didn't end up liking it. She didn't read the whole thing, but she had it the last time that I was showing you guys books when I bought Anger is a Gift. So I also picked up Black Leopard, Red Wolf, and of course, as per usual, my battery is now dying the second that I start a video. So I picked up Black Leopard, Red Wolf by Marlon James. I was out, I think I picked this up Thanksgiving weekend because I was out up in Central California where Matt is from, and there was a Barnes & Noble, and I was like, we're going inside, and I picked up this in Anger is a Gift. So glad to finally have this back in my hands and to put it on my shelf. I can't decide if it belongs. It's definitely going to go in the blue because the blue is the biggest part, but I was like, does it go in the black? Does it go in the blue? But the blue is really vibrant, so it'll be like somewhere right around here probably. I'm excited, and it's so pretty. I haven't picked it up yet to read myself, but I'm excited. It has like maps in it. I don't really know a whole lot about this book. At the time I did. So let's see. Tracker is known for his skills as a hunter. He has a nose, people say. Hired to find a mysterious boy who disappeared, Tracker breaks his own rule of always working alone when he finds himself part of a group assembled to search for the boy. The band is a hodgepodge full of unusual characters, including a shape-shifting man-animal known as the Leopard. As Tracker follows the boy's scent, he and the band are set upon by creatures intent on destroying them. So it sounds like it's obviously fantasy, but then also has a cast of characters doing something, trying to look for someone. So seems like right up my alley. I'm excited. Jessie from Bow Ties and Books really loves this book, I believe. At least I know that they've talked about it. So I also picked up this book, and I'm having a hard time deciding if I'm going to let it go or not, because if you guys have been watching my channel anytime recently, then you know I didn't like it. But I picked up House of Leaves by Mark Zusak. What? No. Mark Danielewski. I bought this book specifically for the buddy read that Julie from Pages and Pens did, and I ended up getting almost halfway through. I made it to page 320. Matt's yelling because he's gaming in the office, and I didn't like it. This book is super pretentious and just I did have a whole video that included my thoughts on this, so I'll link that up above. And then I also watched Natasha from My Reading is Odd. She did a vlog where it's partially like just her talking about her relationship with Jeff, and she put a lot of like cute videos in there and stuff, but I think it was a Valentine's Day vlog. But then simultaneously she also talked about how much she hated this book, and a lot of her thoughts are in line with what I thought about it. It's just, there's no reason for this book to be the way that it is. However, I can agree that I think it's well done and like well thought out. It's just, for my reading taste, I'm like, why the fuck am I sitting here reading this? So with all that said, this is not a review, but this is a haul. I bought this for that reading vlog, and I can't decide if I should keep it because I'm trying to like figure out some books that Matt might like to read. He read Dune and really enjoyed it. I haven't read Dune yet, but I have watched the old movie, which was not good. But I am excited to see the revamp when it finally comes out because it was postponed due to COVID. So I think it's supposed to come out at the end of this year now, 2021. And yeah, so I'm trying to see like, maybe this is a book that Matt would like. It is weird and fucked up and like it keeps you on your toes. So perhaps I'll keep it for a little bit to see if Matt is willing to pick it up. But if Matt has absolutely no interest in picking this book up, then I think I'm going to unhaul it. I don't think I'll ever pick it up again and try to read it. I just don't care about it. And I'm really disappointed that I bought it and didn't like it. But that's what happens sometimes. Okay, moving on. I bought one of my most anticipated releases, which is Lore by Alexandra Bracken. Alexandra Bracken, I've read her Darkest Minds trilogy, and I have met her a couple times, so I'm like, she's super sweet, and I just like her. I follow her on like Instagram and stuff too. But I haven't read a lot of her stuff, so I haven't read the Passenger series, although I do own Passenger. And then, of course, I have read the Darkest Minds trilogy, but I haven't read, like, everything by her. But I'm super into the Greek mythology that I used to like. So, like, I was obsessed with Percy Jackson. I've talked about this before, I think maybe even about this book. Oh my gosh, this sticker is coming off so easily. Please don't let me jinx it. Just a little spot. There's no residue at all. Okay, sweet. Have liked some Greek mythology in the past, and I used to be really into Greek mythology, period, when I was younger. So, like, I don't have a whole lot of, like, adult knowledge about Greek mythology. A lot of it has been, like, simplified that I know of because I was reading stuff made for young adult, like, middle grade stuff. So I was really obsessed with it. I loved the Percy Jackson series as well as like other mythology, like history book stuff. Not history, but mythology books. But then I know that I a couple years ago, I read Circe. I don't know where it is. It's up here somewhere. And I do want to reread it. I have a new series also coming to my channel soon that will include something for that. But I didn't like it. I didn't love it. I don't know if it was the audiobook because I listened to it or what, but I didn't love it. So I know that this book is written for a younger audience. Now then on the other side of things, part of me thinks maybe I'll like this book better than I liked Circe because it is written for a younger audience, and that's really where my Greek mythology love has had and has come from. But simultaneously, I'm nervous that I won't like it because it is written for a younger audience. I mean, it's still YA, but it's just, from what I've heard, young YA. I'm nervous. But I bought this book. Very excited. One of my anticipated releases of the year, which I will also link in the cards above if you want to check that video out. Okay. I also got Stamped, Racism, Anti-Racism, and You by Jason Reynolds and Ibram Kendi. I got this book from a free little library. This is also one of the books for the Best Books Club. This book hasn't been chosen yet for one of the months, but it hopefully will be chosen for a month of the Best Books Club. We shall see. I'm definitely planning on reading it regardless. I'll put it onto one of my TBRs at some point this year. I'm hoping to read all of the Goodreads Choice winners for 2020, even though there's only 12 months in a year and there's more than that. So I plan on reading this no matter what, but I don't know if it'll get picked for the Best Books Club, but the point is I got it. So this is a nonfiction, and it's, Ibram Kendi wrote the, like, adult version of this same book, and then with the help of Jason Reynolds, they, like, shortened it and made it more for a YA audience. So it says, the thief known as racism is all around. The construct of race has always been used to gain and keep power, to create dynamics that separate and silence. Racist ideas are woven into the fabric of this country, and the first step to building an anti-racist America is acknowledging America's racist past and present. This book takes you on that journey, showing you how racist ideas started and were spread and how they can be discredited. So, I'm definitely interested. And I'm really glad that I found this. I was so happy this location where I got this book from the free little library, the books that were in that free little library were really exciting. I was like, so happy to see books in that one. Lastly, if you saw my book Becca's in the Books Out of My Comfort Zone vlog, then you'll already know it's coming, but I bought the Trilogy box set of the first books in the Mistborn series. So I have The Final Empire, The Well of Ascension, and Hero of Ages, and I specifically got the white covers because they're gorgeous, and I do not like the other covers of this book that are out there, but I read The Final Empire already and certainly loved it. I was very nervous when I bought this series. Oh my gosh. Basically, this book on Book Depository was more than a third of the price of the box set, so I was like, even though it's overall more expensive, if I like it, then I'll be excited to have them. But, like, what if I don't like it, but I did like it? So it was an investment. There we go. But I love Book Depository, and I love, finding the editions that I like. So those are the last 3 books of the last little bit of time that I've bought books. There's definitely going to be at least one more book in the future for another haul. Overall, I don't buy books, as frequently as I used to. Obviously, clearly, in the last 3 months, I only have 6 books, which is more than the most people out in the world, but definitely not as often as a lot of people on BookTube do. And again, just per usual, like, anybody spending their own money, it's their own decision. So, yeah, that. But yeah, my buying tastes have changed over the years, and lately it hasn't so much been wanting to buy more and more books because, one, I feel like this is enough. Like, I already haven't read half of the books on my shelves. So, why do I need to buy more? But at the same time, I do really like buying the books that I like to read. I'm disappointed that some of these, well, the one I didn't like, but whatever. It happens. These things do happen. So, with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and check the description box down below if you're interested in following me anywhere else. Peace out. Bye.